In Illinois, over the course of 5 generations, an estimated 20 million acres of prairie was reduced to about 2,000 acres. And so resource professionals and the public have realized we've lost something special. And so now it's critically important that we reassemble some of these native prairie landscapes, because they won't survive for another generation or two as small, isolated units. They really need to be larger, and they really should be connected together.
Kane County, along with various municipalities and townships, consider preservation of open space an important part of planning and development. In the early 2000s, Campton Township took the opportunity to purchase one of the oldest dairy farms in this area, the Corron farm, and preserve it for open space and prairie restoration.
The dairy business had been going downhill as far as being profitable to dairy farmers, not only for us, but many in the area. It was very difficult to make ends meet. You know, Dave and Bob were farming back then, and the opportunity came up through some federal funds funneled through the state for open space. In Campton Township was interested in preserving this farm here as open space.
My brother and I were both in our 50s, and it was like there was no one to take over. My daughter is the only one in the next generation, and she was never going to milk a cow. The buildings needed some maintenance, and there was simply not enough money to manage that. So when the township offered a competitive price with developers, we took advantage of the opportunity at that point to sell.
We're walking through a good part of the prairie here at Corron Farm. Of the 220 acres that we have here, about half is native prairie, restored native prairie, as well as the oak savannas and the wetlands that we have in the back. When we purchased the farm in 2001, this was still farmed, and there were some cows and other animals here. In 2004, we started the restoration effort to revert it back to native prairie.
It's part of our history. We're the prairie state. Our whole state economy was built on this rich soil, and so it's part of our history. It's also very beautiful. When we look down this lawn and there's just nothing here to see, and compared to that, it's very beautiful. And just the rarity of it. It's so rare. We tend to value things that are rare, and so prairie was everywhere originally, so hey, there's plenty of it, we can plow it up. Today it's so incredibly rare that, you know, there's 1/100th of 1% of the original prairie left in high quality condition in the whole state. That's less than 4 square miles. So it's just very, very rare.
We can't stop development, and I don't think we espouse that. Development's going to happen. But I think one of the things that we do try to push is a concept of sustainable development. You know, matching the development with the needs and the resources of the community. We do want to strike that balance between open space, both active and passive recreation, and preserving our environment.